Alright, here we are. Did a little bit of work on his face. Tried just concentrating. Didn't want to just be silent while I was drawing. It just made sense to take a little break, come back and try to rough this stuff in a little bit better. Looks kind of close. Everything doesn't look exactly like him. There you go. There's kind of a rough bit of his face. Looks like he's been through a meat grinder. But I'm going to go in and just kind of do some of these fun little wrinkles. Do some shadowing. Yeah. Before I noticed that his eyebrow there is just hanging over his eye a little bit here. So I'm going to get a little bit of wrinkle stuff going on. Do some shadows. What would it be like to be a makeup artist on Lord of the Rings? Just getting all this stuff next to people's eyes, and I mean, it's just coming right. Man. Anyway, sorry, just kind of thinking out loud. Get our side of the nose there. Darken this a little. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to ink this. I may use my little brush pen that I've been using somewhere around here. I don't know. I'll find it. Don't need to look for it now. Let's finish drawing this in. Let's get the inside of his mouth, darken all this. His nasty teeth. All right. Down here. I don't know if you can hear my dog is sleeping. He may start snoring pretty soon. Let's get this. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of eyelash here. I guess he didn't get those eyelashes burnt off. Don't know if you'll really actually even see them in the final bit of art here. All right. Yes. Okay. So since the light source is here, it's coming down. We're gonna get some shadowing over here. Don't need to do too much work on the shadowing. I just need to get an idea where it's gonna be. There's so much blotchiness on his face. Just kind of rough that in. Over here on the ear. Now, a lot of you probably know this, that if you don't want to have lead from your pencil, not real lead, but you know, the pencil lead all over your hand, you want to use this paper. And also sometimes oils and stuff from your hand will seep into the paper, get a little nastier, a little harder to erase. So it's good to have just a piece of white copy paper to rest your hand on. I'm sure everybody knows that, but just in case you didn't know, it's a good idea. All right, got some splotchiness up here, and I've got birds getting stuff out of my gutters. I can hear scratching. Yes, nature. Love that nature out here in the Pacific Northwest. I am sure you've got birds where you're from as well. I think I need to clean my gutters soon. You think? It's funny, all the sounds I'll hear during the day when I'm working. All the sounds of animals and critters and people walking their dogs. It does get a little lonely being in the studio by myself, but that's okay. I've got my orcs here to keep me company. They make great friends. Okay, now it's getting a little weird. Sorry about that. We've got this fur stuff. I'm just going to quickly fill in some of these shadow areas. Let's see, we've got a little bit of his shoulder here. Probably not paying as much attention to the photo now as far as placement and everything. This stuff just starts to kind of fall off the edges. Oh man, those birds are annoying. Erase all this. All right, I think we're getting close to inking. Just going to go back in and fill in some of these detail areas. I feel a little bit more freer now to go in and just add some detail wherever it feels right, since I've taken my time really laying out all the positioning, how everything connects to each other. Like I said earlier, it's easy to just draw a nose, draw an eye, draw a mouth, draw a cheek, but it's really not that way. Everything is connected, so it's good to bounce your eyes back and forth and kind of look at where things line up, you know, the tops of your ears. Look where the tops of the eyes line up, you know, stuff like this. Kind of look at the center of your eye and where the edge of the mouth line up. Are they more here? Are they more here? Just kind of keep an eye on those things, because sometimes you can draw eyes that are here and here and a mouth that's this way. You want to really keep track of, you know, make sure everything is kind of lined up. It's just good to have a little bit of help, and also just to pull back and look for a little bit. Some people, sometimes I will also look in a mirror, look at my art in a mirror, and that's where I'll see all the problems, where things are not lining up correctly. And that's a good idea as well. And it's good to do that if you're doing logo design and you want to make sure your kerning looks right. Look at it reversed. That'll show you where your kerning may be off a bit. All right, so I'm going to take a little break, get my ink stuff ready, and just kind of see if anything else I need to fix on this drawing, if there's any fixes that need to be made. Yes, I speak English very good. All right, so while I was taking a little break, I realized his mouth was way too high and his nose was too high. And I needed that ridge, or that tip of the nose, to come down. And same with the mouth. That's when it's good to always take a little break, look at it for a bit, look at your photo reference. And now it looks a lot closer to what we see in our photo. So now I've got my pen here. This is I can't remember what this is called, but it's pretty cool. You've got this chamber here that holds your ink, and you squeeze this arm, or you squeeze this part to squeeze ink into this chamber. You probably can't see it too much. You don't want to squeeze too hard or it will come out all over your paper. And I've got a little piece of paper I can test real quick, see how that's going to look. Now the thing is, you have to just remember, after a bit the ink will start to get a little less thick. I can't think of a better word. And then I need to remember to squeeze a little bit more ink into the chamber down here. And again, I've got my paper I'm going to rest my hand on. I'm going to kind of start in this area near the eyes, because eyes are always very, very important. Windows to the soul. And then I'll just blow some air on this in a bit. And then I'll come back and start doing details over here and kind of work from left to right. But like I said, I personally really want to get these eyes looking right. So I'm gonna kind of start, and I am gonna turn my paper a bit. Hopefully I can keep all that in frame. So since I'm concentrating, I may do a little bit less talking. So I hope you don't get too bored. All right. This brush, I don't feel like I have a ton of control, but it's kind of nice for nasty creatures and goblins and stuff. See, I've built up a little bit of ink in this one area, so I'm just going to try to pull out from that inky area. And at this point, I'm probably spending a lot less time looking at the photo and probably looking at what I'm inking. Just have to really more concentrate on what's going on here, since I can't erase any of that. Since this is Inktober, I'm going a little bit faster. Trying not to spend too much time on everything. I'm just trying to do a quick ink drawing. All right, let's do the hard part, the eyeball. Ugh. Oh, nasty eyeball. Okay, that's probably as far as we're gonna get there. All right, let's kind of work out from the eye socket, get some of these cool stretch marks. I'm gonna hold my paper down. Sometimes it lifts up just a little. Just want to have more control over the drawing here. Some stuff here. Let's concentrate. Stay on target. Sorry, super cheesy here. Okay, let's get some of this. I don't want to touch this hair stuff yet. Let's wait on that.